Hello, besties. I'm Layla and I'm from India. Please like and subscribe to STA. I was born into a family of accountants, and when I was just 2 years old, Dad gave me my first calculator.
This is a calculator, Layla. If you want to be a great accountant one day, you need to start now.
Of course, I had no idea what he was talking about. I was just 2. Right after he left the room, I threw the calculator like a flying saucer. And when I was 9, I finally realized what I wanted to be after watching a space channel on YouTube.
Mom, Dad, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be an astronaut.
Layla, have you been watching nonsense again on your mother's phone?
Not nonsense, Dad. YouTube.
Enough! From now on, you will watch educational programs with us.
I wanted to talk back, but back-chatting in my family meant you are grounded for life. I sat down and watched their boring accounting channel, and then all of a sudden, my eyes started burning and everything became blurry.
Mom, my eyes are burning.
Stop being dramatic, Layla, and watch.
I'm not. I can't see. Mom, Dad, help!
I think she's telling the truth. We have to take her to the hospital.
Mom and Dad rushed me to the hospital. I was diagnosed with radiation cataracts. This was caused by too much light from a screen, like a TV, phone, or computer.
I guess you can forget about being an astronaut now, because up there you would have to see lots of light every day.
Why do you have to be so horrible, Dad? I'm your child and I have a sickness.
Calm down, Layla. Dad was just joking.
Well, no one is laughing.
I was devastated about what was happening to me. The doctor even said that in a few years, I would need to have an operation, or else I would be blind. But then my hope flourished again when I saw a shooting star. I was not going to give up. I continued to frustrate my parents about my passion. When I was 15, I made my own astronaut costume and wore it for career day at school. As I walked in confidence, some kids laughed, but that didn't bother me until a douchebag with a huge camera flashed the thing in my face, causing me to lose my sight. And I walked into a locker.
Hey, are you all right? I am so sorry. I was just admiring your costume, and since I'm a future photographer,
Quiet! My eyes are still burning from your camera flash.
Oh no, I am so sorry. Please, let me help you to class. My name is Shane. I'm actually in your science class. I hate science, but you're so brilliant and—
Shane, I know who you are, so please go. I'll be fine.
Are you sure? Your eyes are turning red and—
Shane was the class chatterbox. Everyone ran away from him because he could never shut up. And now, because of this little incident, I seemed stuck with him. He even followed me home after school.
Shane, what are you doing?
I'm making sure you get home safe. I'm a real gentleman. My mother always told me to be polite, but my father, well, he's never around. Always busy at his big accounting firm. I don't like accounting and
Okay. I'm home now, so you can go.
Before Shane could cycle off, Dad's car pulled over, and he got out looking so mad.
Dad, why do you look so angry?
I just got fired. So yes, I am mad. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. My dad owns a company. Maybe I can talk to him for you? Layla, who is this? Is he your boyfriend? Are you bringing boyfriends home while we're at work?
No. Dad, how can you think that?
No, sir. I was just making sure your daughter is safe. Which company does your father own? The biggest accounting firm in the country, B&G, sir. Your father is a crook. He just fired me for a mistake he made, and he's been stealing a lot of money from many people.
Oh, that's not true. I can—
Get out of here, you child of a thief!
Shane drove away, and Dad warned me never to speak to him again. I agreed, but things at home after Dad lost his job were never the same. Mom would come home from work and still clean, while Dad just sat around all day watching TV. And he was so grumpy. We couldn't even laugh when he was around. And then one day, during the early hours of the morning, I got up to drink a glass of water and found Mom crying in the kitchen as she looked at the bills.
Mom, are you okay?
Layla, what are you doing up?
I was thirsty. You're crying.
I'm just so tired. We might have to use the money we saved up for your cataract operation to pay these bills.
It's okay, Mom. I'm sure I won't go blind just yet. Days later, I had to eat my words up because my eyes were not doing so well, since I struggled to see a single thing on the class board. When I excused myself to the bathroom, I could hardly find my way. And when I got to the bathroom, I got the shock of my life when Shane suddenly screamed.
Oh! Why are you here? I'm here to use the bathroom. Why are you here?
Using the bathroom? Wait, are the boys and girls sharing the same bathroom now? I know you ladies always fight for equal rights, but this would be a little over the top.
I looked closer at the door sign, and my face turned red with embarrassment.
Oh my gosh, Shane. I am so sorry. I didn't read the sign right. It's okay, it happens. I made a mistake like that twice before.
My excuse was my eye problem. I wondered what his was.
Let me go before anyone else sees me.
After my little incident with Shane, he somehow assumed we were friends and followed right behind me during lunch break.
I think the universe is trying to say something to us.
What do you think it's saying?
That we're meant to be friends.
My dad specifically told me to stay away from you, so I don't think so.
Wow. I should try that too. Chocolate syrup and hot dog.
Huh?
You put chocolate syrup all over your hot dog. I think I should try that.
Here, you can have mine.
This is so delicious. Wow, what a discovery.
Shane was definitely a special kind of species, but what troubled me the most was how bad my eyes were becoming, because the next thing I did was walk into a wall. And of course, Shane was there to catch me when I almost fell backwards.
You see, I told you the universe was trying to bring us together.
No! Leave me alone, Shane! When I tried to get away from him, I walked into another wall, but this time, I blacked out. After some time, I opened my eyes and everything was black. It was like I was in a dark hole and couldn't get out, so I started panicking.
Ah! Where am I? I can't see!
Layla, calm down. You're in my car.
I can't see! It's over! I'm blind!
What are you talking about? How is this possible?
I told Shane everything, and he cradled me in his arms as I cried my eyes out.
I'm here for you, and I'm going to drive you to the hospital now.
When I got to the hospital, I was rushed to the emergency ward, and I was so scared, but Shane was right by my side.
Shane, what's going on? The doctors are gonna make your eyes better.
But my parents don't have the money for this.
Don't worry, I got you.
After he said that, I dozed off, and I don't know how long I was blacked out. When I woke up, I still saw darkness, but after some seconds, I saw Mom and Dad.
Layla! Oh my baby, how do you feel?
I can see! I can see, Mom!
Thank God!
Dad just looked at me sternly.
Dad, what's wrong? You disobeyed me. I told you to stay away from that boy. But when we got here, he was here. I had to chase him away.
You chased him away? He saved my life!
He saved your eyes, not your life. And you will pay him every cent back. We are not a charity case.
Dad walked away, and Mom never said anything back as usual. Mom, why don't you ever say anything back to him? Why do you always leave to be so mean?
I didn't want to start a problem. The most important thing right now is that you are fine.
When I was well enough to go back to school, Shane was the first person I couldn't wait to see. I didn't care what Dad said. I was going to be his friend, and he loved taking pictures of me.
Oh, Layla, you are a natural. You should be a model or an actress.
I could, but I love space science. I know it's a strange career choice, but it gets me excited.
Follow your dreams no matter what.
If it wasn't for your help, Shane, my dreams would have been shattered. Thank you so much. It was good to have a friend like Shane who encouraged me, but back home when I was in grade 12, I came home and found Dad smiling for the first time in ages.
What happened? Did you get a job?
No, even better. This is your acceptance letter to study accounting at the best college in the country.
You applied for me?
Yes, it's what we planned for your future.
But that's not what I want. You know how passionate I am about space. Why do you always ignore what I love?
Layla, you are going to study accounting. This is what we are good at.
No, Dad. It's what you are good at. I applied to study space science, and that's what I'm good at.
Then you will not live under my roof. You might as well start searching for a new home in space.
Fine, I'll definitely do that, Dad. When Mom came home from work, I cried on her shoulder and asked her to speak to Dad, but she was being the typical submissive wife again.
Oh, Layla, my baby, just listen to your father and all will be well.
What? Are you not even going to speak to him and tell him that there is nothing wrong with being an incredible scientist?
We can't take risks like that, hon. Accounting is much safer than that career. Please, think about it.
I was so mad, but I had to calm down and play nice at least until I completed my grade 12. And when I eventually did graduate, I was so excited that I even forgot that my parents were present and hugged Shane. Dad wasted no time to attack.
Layla, what are you doing with this boy?
Come on, Dad, it's our graduation. Everyone is happy.
I told you I don't like this boy. But I did nothing wrong to you, sir. And my father told me what really happened. You were stealing. Enough! Layla, let's go!
No, what is he talking about? You told us that Shane's father was the crook. Dad looked at me like I wasn't even his daughter at that moment, so I drew back. But him, he was cold as a monster.
Layla, let's just go. No, she's done with school now. She can find her own way in life.
I couldn't believe how my parents walked away from me like that. I was hurt, but I had to stay strong.
Layla, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect them just to leave you. That was a bit too harsh.
I looked at Shane, and I couldn't hold back my tears. I had no idea what I was going to do.
Oh, Shane, what have I done? I have no money, no job, no place to stay. My father will never take me back. I'll speak to my dad for you to stay in the guest house. Your family already helped with my eye operation. I don't want to be a burden. Hey, you could never be a burden. You're like my best friend in the whole wide world.
Hearing Shane say that helped ease my shattered heart for my parents. Shane's family offered me a nice space in their guest house. It even had a balcony. Shane bought me a telescope to look at the stars as a motivation for my career. And one evening, while I was out gazing into the telescope, I accidentally gazed into Shane's room. He was at his window with his shirt off, and oh boy was I amazed. I had no idea how much muscles he had. I was literally drooling. To get my mind off this sudden attraction I had for Shane, I decided to search for part-time jobs. And then Shane entered, and I almost spilled coffee all over the laptop.
Hey, what are you up to?
Shane, you startled me. I was just looking for a job.
Why? We have everything here. What about your studies?
I know I should be happy that I even have a scholarship, but I need to make my own money. I don't feel right eating off you and your parents.
I told you, you don't have to feel bad. I've got you.
I know Shane meant well, but I had a very big conscience and got a job at a big toy store. I had to dress up like different Disney characters every day, and kids were always surrounding me. The job was fun, until one day, this one kid accidentally blew a bubble into my eyes.
Ah! Oh, my eyes! It burns!
The store owner quickly took me to the back room where I managed to wash my eyes and cool down. It brought back memories of when I went blind. That was the most scariest time of my life. The store owner allowed me to leave early, so I called Shane. When he came to pick me up, I felt so emotional and hugged him.
Hey, what happened?
Nothing big. I'm so grateful for you, Shane. He kissed me on my forehead. My feelings for him grew stronger, but I kept it to myself. Every day after work, I had to get down to studies. It wasn't easy studying during the evenings. Sleep was always over me, but Shane would come in with a nice cup of coffee, reminding me to stay focused. Thank you so much. How are your studies going?
It's going okay, but there are so many other photographers who are better than me.
Hey, look at me. You are the best. Forget about what others can do, and always tell yourself that you are the best.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
I was glad to be there to motivate him, and I was even stunned at myself. My parents letting me go actually made me stronger. I scored the highest in my grades at university. I helped the toy store make the most sales than ever before. And a year later, I could finally afford my own place, plus continue with my studies. I was so proud of myself, and so was Shane.
You inspire me, Layla. You are such a strong person.
I could have never done it without you. I felt like we had a moment, so I did the unthinkable. I kissed Shane, and he pulled back.
Layla, I can't.
Oh, I feel so embarrassed. I thought—
It's not you. I'm gay.
Oh, wow. How come you never told me?
I never tell anyone, just scared of not being accepted.
I hugged Shane, showing him that I love him just the way he is. After Shane's big reveal, we would spend even more time together, and then one day, I was surprised with a new visitor. Dad?
Your mom is in hospital.
Dad said Mom fainted at work. I wasn't surprised to see Mom this way. What surprised me was Dad. He actually looked so weak.
This is all my fault. I put so much pressure on her.
You're right, Dad. You took Mom for granted. She could never be free around you, but yet you are supposed to love her. Dad looked at me shocked, because no one ever stood up to him.
How can you be so disrespectful?
I'm being factual. Change your ways, or else you'll be alone on this earth with no one to love you. I left Dad to think about his actions. As for me, I still continued in my independent journey, and you know what? I made it. I started living my dream, all because I never stopped believing in me.